Hi there, welcome to live stream Yoga with Louise, tips and cues to keep you safe and strong on the mat. Today is a magic circle day and we're going to use the Pilates circle to help keep the body connected throughout the class. At times we'll also be pulsing into the ring, working with resistance when the ring comes back or opens up so that we can add to our strength and conditioning work. As always, play where you're comfortable, modify if you need to, and feel comfortable to pause the stream if you need to take a rest. You ready to do this? Let's hit the mat. We're going to set up today standing more or less in the middle of the mat, and you're going to open up your legs into a Pilates V with your heels together and the toes softly slayed out to the side of the room. Start zippering up on the inner thighs, pull up strongly from the pelvic floor towards the belly button line. You're going to give me a soft pulse into the ring. Not trying to depress the ring, but just giving me enough of a connection so that you can feel the arms, chest, upper back, and shoulders are all connected. You're going to float the ring softly overhead, and you're going to start tracing big circular patterns with the ceiling, or rather with the ring on the ceiling, just giving me a beautiful rotation through the trunk. Big sweeping movements, keeping that soft connection with the overhead ring, and then change, move in the opposite direction. Inhale for half of your circle circumference, exhale for the other half. Then come to stillness for me along the midline of the body. Take a big breath in, and on an exhale, peel just off the center line, bumping your hip in the opposite direction. Inhale, come back to the center. Exhale, take it over to the other side. Keep that soft connection, so that soft push, or rather connectedness into the ring. You're not trying to depress it, but you're keeping the arms connected. Exhale as you come off the center line, bumping the hip in the opposite direction. Inhale to come back. Exhale to take it over to the other side. Let's do 3 more to each side, and then we'll play with a little bicep curl. The whole time you're making sure those inner thighs are connected and that you're pulling up from the pelvic floor. Take the outside padded portion of your ring and place it on one shoulder blade, connecting and holding that ring with the top arm. Brace the other hand on your hip. You're going to give me 10 big pulses into the ring, focusing on the bicep as you depress into the ring. Keep a little tilt of your pubic bone, so tilt the pubic bone towards the 12 o'clock position. Make sure that you're pulling the belly button softly in towards the center line. Let's do 2 more on this side, then we'll change sides. As you change, maybe relaxing the pelvis into neutral. Once you're connected on your other side, give me that little tilt of your pubic bone to the 12 o'clock position. Hold that tilt as you give me 10 big pulses into the ring. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. You're going to hold the ring in front of your chest. Give me a big pulse into the ring, and then open and extend the ring in front. Big pulse as the ring comes towards your chest, then softly extend the arms. Exhale as you pulse and bring the ring in. Inhale as you extend the ring in front of you. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. You're going to look at those legs. We're going to add to that movement. So you're going to step to one side, pulsing the ring in, come back. Step to the other side, pulsing the ring, keeping the ring flush against your chest as you take a little mini side lunge, side to side. Give me 5, 4, 3, last 2, and then we'll take it into some standing roll downs just to take it into active recovery. Give the arms a little bit of a rest. As you complete your last set, peel back towards the center line. Keep the ring softly connected, but don't push into it with any great amount of strength. So just a soft little connection. You're going to stand up nice and tall, chin line parallel to the floor. On an exhale, you're going to round up, rolling down one vertebra at a time. Peel back up to your start position. Keep that soft connection with the ring. Make sure that you're scooping or hollowing out the belly as you round out, keeping control through the core and through the spine as you roll up and down. Inhale to prepare. Use a whole exhalation to peel down into the forward fold. Take a recovery inhalation and use a whole exhalation to peel up and to restack and realign your body. Make sure that you're controlling both the roll down and the roll up by mobilizing the core and peeling down one vertebra at a time. So don't rush your descent and your ascent. Work with control. Soft connection to that ring at all times. We're going to do 2 more, then we are going to open up the legs and we're going to find our way into a plie line. And we'll begin pulsing into the ring. So once you've restacked and realigned, heel toe the feet up and find your way into a plie line with the knees softly bent and the toes softly splayed out at 45. Then extend the legs long and lengthen, give them a little stretch, and extend the ring out in front of you at about shoulder height. On an exhale, you're going to bend the knees, draw the ring in and pulse into it and come back into extension. Exhale as the ring comes in. Inhale as you extend through the arms and the legs. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. You're going to hold your last plie and you're going to give me little pulses into the ring, trying to keep your stance as low to the floor as you can. 8, 6, 4, 2. Last one. Heel toe the legs in and ease up on the tension on the ring. Find your way into a little modified floating butterfly, but we're going to start small and take it low to the floor. Find your way onto the toes, bending the knee. Replicate on the other side, keeping the two heels connected. Give me a soft pulse into the ring and extend the ring out in front just for stability. Tilt your pelvis to the 12 o'clock position, then release. Bend the knees a little bit further. Tilt your pelvis to the 12 o'clock position, release. Bend down as far as you can, tilt, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, bring it back to neutral, come up to position 2, tilt your pelvis to 12 o'clock, release, peel back up to your start position, tilt, release. Bring the legs down, give them a little shake. We're going to do that twice more. Find your setup frame, extend the ring out in front. Tilt your pelvis to the 12 o'clock position, release. Bend a little bit further, tilt, release. Bend down as far as you can, tilt, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring it back to neutral, come up to position 2, tilt, release. Position 1, tilt, release. Bring it down, give the legs a little shake out. Last set. Find your setup frame. Float the ring out in front. Tilt your pelvis to 12 o'clock. Release. Bend a little bit further through the knees. Tilt. release. Bring it down as far as you can. Tilt, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2. Release. Come up to 2. Tilt, release. Back to position 1. Tilt, release. Shake it out and then change your orientation on the mat. Pivoting slightly to face the front of the mat, we're going to come into a little pyramid line. So open up your legs, not too wide. We're going to keep the first one small, and we're going to play between a pyramid line and a mini lunge, bending through the knees and dropping the back knee to hover just off the floor. At the same time, we're going to play with the ring. Find your pyramid line and extend the ring out in front of you. Exhale to lunge, bringing the ring in and pulsing it in towards your chest as you bend through both legs, hovering the back knee just off the floor. And you're going to shoot for 10 strong repetitions. I'm going to call that 6, 5, 4, 3, last 2, and then we're going to bring it into a warrior 3 challenge. Challenge the balance a little bit. So you're going to extend the ring out in front of you. You're going to hinge forward to float up the back leg behind you, coming into a tabletop lunge, and then take a big lunge back, floating the ring out in front and hovering the back knee off the floor. Come back into your warrior 3. Hold. Big lunge back. You could modify, if taking a big lunge back is not for you, you could modify by giving me a warrior 3 and then just stepping the legs together, or taking a little pyramid line if you prefer. See if you can give me 5 more wherever you're playing. Hold your last one and see if you can tap the toe, maybe to hover just off the floor and back. Your stabilizing leg should be screaming at this stage. Let's just shoot for 5 taps. Peel into a standing frame, shake it out, float the ring out in front, and then float the right leg behind you, big toe connected to the mat, and you're going to give me a modified arabesque. Softly drawing up from the kneecap, along the quad, the hamstring, with a soft engagement into the glute as you lift and lower that leg behind you. Give me 2 more. As you complete your last one, find a little Pilates V, float the ring overhead, and just take a gentle side-to-side sway, bumping the hip in the opposite direction to the ring. Two more, and then you'll find that mini pyramid line on side 2. Step back, check that the distance between the legs is not too far apart. Float the ring out in front. As you bend through the knees, bring the ring in towards your chest and give it a big pulse, and then float back to your extended arm and leg line. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. We're going to come into that warrior 3. You're going to hinge forward, floating up into a tabletop line, and then big lunge back. Playing with your balance, holding each for maybe 1 or 2 seconds before you alternate. And you could drop even onto the back knee if you needed to, yeah? Then hold your line and see if you can tap the toe. It doesn't need to touch the floor, maybe just hovering off the floor, making that stabilizing leg work. Peeling up, shaking out. Float the ring out in front. Float that left leg behind your big toe softly connected to the mat. And then small little lift and tap back out. Just enough to engage the hamstring, the quad. And make sure you're not just using the glutes. So you're drawing up from the kneecap along the quad and the hamstring to make that leg lift. Bring it back to the center line. Give me a little shake out. Find your V position. Float the ring overhead, bumping just off the center line, side to side, like a slow moving metronome, bumping your hip in the opposite direction to the ring. From here, we're going to find our way into a kneeling frame. So if you need to roll up your mat double or place a padded towel under the knees, if you need some support for the knees, we're going to work a modified side stretch. And you can either tuck the toes under or you can keep the feet relaxed behind you. Float the ring behind you. And you're going to give me just a soft push into the ring to keep it connected. It's going to feel impossible to depress the ring, so don't try to depress it. Just a soft connect into the ring. You're going to start standing up nice, or rather kneeling up nice and tall with your shoulders, hips, and knees aligned. Then you're going to dip off the center line. And as you dip off the center line, I'd like you to think of squeezing the two shoulder blades together and floating the ring up as if you wanted to almost tap the ring to the ceiling. And you're going to shoot for 10 repetitions. 5, 4, 3, 2. You're going to hold that side stretch. Pulse into it as tight as you can and hold for 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. As you complete your last one, ease your way into a seated frame towards the top end of your mat so that you've got enough room to play with in a minute. We're going to take it into a C curve, but before we do, I want you to find a high seat on the mat, sitting up nice and tall with your shoulders stacked over your hips. Rest the ring on your knees, feed one fist through, pushing against the ring, and then find a connection on the other side. Extend the ring out in front, either keeping your fists or opening up the hands and then pulling the two hands apart and holding for a strong count of 10, keeping your shoulders stacked over your hips. Feel a soft root through your feet. Feel, zip it up from the inside of the ankle bone all the way along the inseam of the leg, and then pull up strongly from the pelvic floor towards the sternum. Then lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower, and you just keep that constant pull out consistent. Give me 4, 3, 2. Last one, we're coming into a C curve. Rest the ring on your knees, bending softly. Make sure you don't lose control of the ring. And then give me an outside connection to the ring. Float the ring out in front. Soft connect or push into the ring just to connect your arms, chest, upper back, and shoulders. Start seated nice and tall. Take a big breath in. And on an exhale, you're softly going to round out through the spine, looking towards your belly button and stopping when the weight is just off your tailbone, giving me a nice little scoop through the core and keeping that soft connection to the ring. Float back up into your seated frame. Exhale to scoop and round out. Inhale to float back into your seated frame. Find a soft rhythm of your own. And make sure that your feet are not peeling up off the mat. So try to keep your foot, the whole foot on both sides, firmly grounded into the mat. So you're pushing down through all 10 metatarsals. Your heels stay connected to the floor. And the toes, the balls of your feet, stay connected. Let's do one more. You're going to end with the weight off your tailbone and float the legs up into a little tabletop hold. See if you can hold that frame as you lift and lower the ring overhead and float back to your start position. So you're keeping a little boat line, but with more of an L shape through the back. And you're lifting the ring overhead and back to your start position, trying to keep a tabletop float through the legs. All right, either stay here or drive just off the center line to the left, just off the center line to the right. So stacking one hand on top of the other and adding a little bit of oblique work in. Give me 5. Keep pulling that belly button in. 3, 2. Last one, we're going to bring it into recovery. As you complete your last little drive, find your seated frame, rest the ring on your knees, feed your arms through, either fists or hands extended. Keep pulling out and just sit up nice and tall. 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, last one. You're going to come back into your boat hold. Find your outside grip, resting the ring on your knees so that you don't lose it. Float the ring out in front. On an exhale, nod your chin to your chest, bringing the weight off the tailbone and float your legs into a tabletop line. Either holding here or just floating softly left and right, giving me a modified Russian twist coming just off the center line. Shooting for between 5 and 10 repetitions, taking a rest and sitting up nice and tall if you need to, yeah? Let's see if we can do 2 more. Float back to the center line, rest the ring on your knees, feed your hands through. Fist or open palms, pull out and hold for 10. 8, keep the feet on both sides connected, keep the inner thighs switched on, keep pulling out from the pelvic floor towards the chest. 5, 4, 3, 2. From here, we're going to bring it into a seated roll down. You're going to extend the legs out in front. If you know that you need a little bit of padding for your lower back, please place your sausage where you're going to need that support as you come down on the mat. Sit up nice and tall, extending the legs out in front, and start with the ring long and extended. Soft pulse into the ring to keep yourself connected. Big breath in to prepare. On the exhale, nod your chin to your chest. Start drawing up along the inner thighs. Pull up strongly from the pubic bone towards the sternum to come down with control. Floating the ring overhead, but not quite dropping it to the mat. Look down towards your belly button, root through your feet, pull up along the inner thighs to come back up to your start position. You're going to rinse and repeat, finding a rhythm of your own. Big inhale to prepare. Use a whole exhalation to C-curve in. Keep looking towards your belly button. Don't look up to the ceiling. You want that nice rounded frame on the spine as you peel down to float the ring overhead. Look down towards the belly button, root through your feet and peel back up to your seated frame. Find a steady rhythm of your own and make sure that your breath is following your movement. Mobilizing down one vertebra at a time, using the whole exhalation to peel down. Take a recovery inhalation and use a whole exhalation to peel back up to your seated frame. Let's shoot for 3 more. And then we'll end seated and we'll play with the modification of staff before we bring it onto the back. So the next time you roll up, sit up nice and tall. You can keep your padding behind you for the roll down. You're going to just sit up nice and tall for me, keeping that stack of your shoulders and your hips. You're going to see if you can lift, hold, and hover one leg off the floor for 10 seconds. Soft engagement into the ring. 5, 4, 3, 2, then hook the ring over that foot, bend and extend. Sitting up nice and tall, giving yourself as much resistance as you need. So if you need more resistance, bend the elbows, bringing the ring closer towards your chest. If you're taller, you'll probably work with more extension through the arms. All right, let's change it up. Find your high seat. Make sure you're not hanging off the tailbone. So move your bum flesh out the way. Make sure you can feel both of your bum bones firmly connected to the mat. Sit up nice and tall. Lift, hold and hover, drawing up along the inseam of your legs and pulling up really strongly from the pelvic floor. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hook that ring over your knee. Keep your high seat. Bend and extend. Bend and extend. Using as much bend in the elbows as you need to add enough resistance so that you can feel that you're working as you bend and extend through that leg. Then you're going to give me one roll down to connect to the mat. So start seated up nice and tall. Nod your chin to your chest, roll down. If you've got padding underneath the back, just slip it out once you've connected to the mat. Bend the knees, connect the soles of the feet, just lift your bum off the mat and then ease your way onto the back. Place the outside padded portion of the ring between the two knees. So you might find a starting frame with your feet a little bit wider than you usually would be coming to when you ease your way into a bridge line on the mat. You're going to gently float one arm long and lengthened, almost reaching between the ring. Stack the other arm on top. Start with both shoulder blades soft and connected to the mat, not arching through the neck, keeping the chin tucked towards the chest. If you feel the neck, you can place a little bit of padding, that little sausage that you have, you can place it behind the neck for support. We're going to work a modified crunch. Begin for me in a neutral spine position. So there's a little space between your lower back and the mat. Inhale to prepare. On the exhale, squeeze into the ring. Hold that squeeze. Tilt your pelvis to 12 o'clock. Scoop to peel up, almost reaching through with your fingertips. Your lower back is imprinted into the mat. Pausing here for at least 3 seconds and then peeling back down to ease up that tension between the inner thighs. Squeeze in with the knees, tilt to peel up, holding that scoop, keeping that squeeze into the ring. Peel back down to your start position. Once you're in neutral, let go of that squeeze between the two knees. You're going to give me at least 2 more like this. Squeeze to peel, hold that little scoop. Let's do one more. Peel back down. And then change the stack of your hands. This time, reaching above your ring line. Squeeze to tilt and peel up. Hold that scoop frame as you gently oscillate side to side. You're keeping the squeeze into the ring even. You're keeping that scoop position. So you're trying to keep the top of your rib cage and the shoulders just off the mat. Keep reaching through and over. 3, 2. As you complete the last one, float back down to the mat. Ease up that squeeze between the two rings and just chill here for a beat. You're going to start with the arms long and lengthened at your side. Squeeze into the ring. Keep that squeeze even. Scoop to peel up and hover your arms just off the mat. Then reach past one ankle side to side as you hold that small scoop into the mat with that squeeze between the inner thighs, staying even the whole time. So you should be feeling your inner thighs burning and you should be feeling the abs and the obliques. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, the last one. Peel back down to the mat, ease up that tension along the inner thighs. Just take a recovery breath or 2. Start with the arms long and lengthened at your side, neutral spine. You're going to squeeze into the ring. Scoop to peel up on an exhale, reaching past the knees on the right and holding for 5 seconds on an exhale. Peel back down. Ease up on the tension on the inner thighs. Come into recovery. Take a big breath in. On an exhale for 5, come up on the left. Squeezing into the ring as you do so. Inhale to peel down, easing up the tension on the inner thighs. 1 to the middle. Exhale for 5 as you scoop and pulse. Give me 5 little pulses into the ring. Peel back down to the mat. Reach for the ring. Draw the legs up into a tabletop line. Scoop to peel up, almost tapping the rings on the shin. And then extend the arms and the legs in a small V frame before you tuck back into your tabletop. And think of tapping the ring to the shins. Trying to hold that soft scoop with the weight just off the shoulders. You should be feeling your belly burning. Give me 3, 2, last one. Peel back down to the mat, and as you reconnect, take the inside padded portion of the ring and loop it behind your head so that you're finding a little comfortable brace for your head. Feed both hands through, palms looking up to the ceiling. Find your soft bridge set up and draw the legs up into a little tabletop line. Tilt your pelvis to 12 o'clock, scoop, peel up off the shoulders, rest the weight of your head into the ring, but don't yank on it. We're going to start taking it into a little alternating toe tap. Try to keep that little 90-degree behind the knee as you drop one toe at a time to the mat, feeling lots of work south of the belly button. You're either going to stay here, keep tapping out the alternating foot, or you're going to add some oblique work in. So as you tap, you're going to think of rotating slightly through the trunk as if you wanted to tap opposite elbow to knee, keeping that scoop off the mat. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. We're going to double up. You're going to drop both toes to the floor and back, holding that scoop frame, and you're going to shoot for between 5 and 10 repetitions. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Feed the ring out from behind your head and take the outside padded portion of the ring and feed it between the 2 legs, just above your ankle bone, not on the ankle bone itself, just in front. You're going to extend the legs softly. You can keep a soft bend to the knees. Arms are at your side, palms down, or tuck the hands, palms down underneath the bum so that you make a little diamond frame of support for your back on the mat. Extend the legs to 90 and see if you can give me 10 big squeezes into the ring. Feeling those inner thighs committed from your ankle bone all the way along the inseam of the leg. 4, 3, 2. We're going to bring it into a hip twister from here. Give me a soft engagement into the ring just to keep your legs connected. And then start tracing a big circular pattern on the ceiling with both toes, moving clockwise and anti-clockwise, keeping that soft engagement into the ring. And your challenge is to move with enough slow control so that you can feel the full spectrum of your abs as you circle up. Try not to arch the back of your neck. Keep your chin tucked softly towards your chest as you're playing. Keep that soft engagement into the ring. Let's do 3 more to each side. And then we'll bring it into a little bit of prep work for a rollover, and we'll just play with a little tailbone lift. Starting at your 90 position, drop your toes just behind the 90, and then lift your tailbone up as if you wanted to just pike your toes up to the ceiling. And you could tuck your hands behind your bum for support here if you need it. Just a little lift of your tailbone. and back to your start position. Just shooting for 5 soft lifts if you can. And then from here, we'll bring it into a modified 100, scooping to peel up, keeping the legs in a soft parallel line, inhaling for 5, exhaling for 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. If the legs are burning too much, lose the ring, drop the soles of the feet to the mat, and just execute from a more supported base on the mat. Make sure that you're inhaling for a count of 5 and exhaling for a count of 5 as you work, and that you're not syncopating the breath and taking short, choppy breaths. Inhale for a long count of 5, exhale for a long count of 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Your lower back is scooped and imprinted. The weight is just off the shoulders with about 2 fingers of air between the chin and the chest. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last one. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to slowly roll over onto your side. Doesn't matter which side you work first. We're going to work both. Roll over onto your side and place the ring between the 2 legs, preferably just above your ankle line. You're going to give yourself a small prop on the bottom arm, or you can use the arm as a long extended pillow, whichever feels the most comfortable. You're going to give me a soft squeeze or V into the ring, and you're going to lift, hold, and hover that ring off the floor. Keep squeezing softly in so that you are committed all the way along the inseam of your thigh. Then give me soft little pulses into the ring. 5, 4, 3, 2. Pulse in and hold, and then lift and hold. Lift and dip, sorry. Lift and dip. Keeping that squeeze even. Keep pulling up strongly from your pelvic floor towards the waistline. Last one. You're going to drive off center to the front, drive off center to the back, drive off center to the front, drive off center to the back. Let's see if you can give me 3 more. Then we'll change the ring position. As you complete the last one, peel back down to the mat. Roll the ring forward, connecting it to the mat. Oh, but my ring is not listening to me today, so roll it forward till it taps the mat. Feed your bottom leg out the way, and then feed both legs through so that the ring is now traveling around the legs just above your ankle line. Lift, hold, and hover for 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. You're going to lift and lower. Keep squeezing out so that the tension on the ring stays even. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2. Connect the ring to the floor. Step the top leg out, hovering just above your ring. Tap in front and behind. Tap in front and behind. Pause on the back stretch and make that your active stretch, almost as if somebody was tugging on the toe. And I want you to give me as much length from the hip bone to the toe as you can comfortably manage. You're going to give me 2 more, and then we're going to find our way onto the back. Watch the ring so that it doesn't whack your leg as you roll onto the back. Just allow the ring to soften. Roll onto your back. Keep it looped around that bottom leg. Ease your way to the middle of the mat. Bend the leg and just feed the ring around the sole of your foot, giving yourself as much of an extended or bent arm line as you need. You're going to bend and extend that leg. To add more resistance, give me a bend through the elbows. To lessen your resistance, you're going to give me more extension through the arm. Just bend and extend, working the back chain of that leg. Keep your supportive leg bent with the sole of the foot connected to the mat. You're either going to stay here or you're going to morph into some one-legged roll-ups. You're going to nod your chin to your chest, float the elbows up, round out and peel back down. Keeping your leg long and extended, floating the elbows out as you peel up to add tension into the ring, nodding your chin to your chest. You're going to shoot for 3 more, and then you're going to end seated, and we're going to play with a modified boat line. End seated, either staying here holding that leg in extension, or focus on your supported leg. See if you can float that leg into a tabletop hold for 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, step both feet into the ring, readjust if you need to, and come into a full boat line with your legs extended, or bend the knees in table and tuck the top of your thighs closer. Wherever you're playing, draw up along the inseam of your legs and pull up really strongly from the pelvic floor towards the sternum. Then fold forward into a soft seated forward fold, maybe reaching, if you've got range of motion, you can reach for the undercarriage of your feet or the top end of the ring, or you can hold along the outside of the ring as you softly fold forward and just take a soft stretch here, almost thinking of trying to bring your chin over your toes. Then give me a soft pivot on the mat and set yourself up to rinse and repeat on the other side. Placing the ring between the 2 thighs, saddle up, find your way onto the side, giving me a long extended pillow or a small prop. You're going to V or pulse into the ring and hold and hover off the floor for a count of 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. You're going to give me soft little pulses into the ring. Almost think of Ving in and out. And you're going to pulse in and hold as you lift and lower. So the tension in the ring stays even as you lift and lower the legs in unison. 5, 4, 3, 2. You're going to drive off center to the front, drive off center to the back. Keeping that soft squeeze into the ring so that you can feel those inner thighs working, feel the wraparound. Give me 3, 2, last one. You're going to drop softly down to the mat, roll the ring forward till it taps the mat, bend the bottom leg out the way, roll the ring back, and step your feet through the ring. Ring now traveling on the outside of the legs. Lift, hold, and hover for 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. You're going to lift and lower. Keep Ving out into the ring so that you can feel that tension. 5, 4, 3, 2. You're going to connect the ring to the mat, step the top leg out, tap in front of the ring and behind the ring, in front and behind. Focus on the back tap as your active stretch and lengthening, and your tap front as just your soft release. Let's do 2 more, then we're going to ease our way onto the back. So just allow the ring to drop down so it doesn't whack you in the knee. Roll onto your back. Wiggle your way to the middle of the mat. Bend the leg, reaching for the ring. Stepping your right foot through this time. You're going to play with a bend and the extend of the leg that's fed through the ring. Bending your supported leg and placing the sole of the foot on the mat. Maybe holding that stretch for a soft count of 10 as you bend through the elbows and bring the leg in closer. Make sure that your supported leg is in position for your one-legged roll-up. Nod your chin to your chest, peel up, and then round out through the spine, almost hollowing out through your belly as you peel down to the mat. And rinse and repeat. Floating those elbows out to the side of the room and almost coming up into an L-lean shape through your spine. So not round when you come up. As you find your seat, you start lengthening through the spine and giving a long line through the tailbone to the back. So rounding out to roll up, but once you're up, lengthening through the spine. Then soften through the spine to roll back down. Let's do 2 more. Then we'll find that little hold frame. L shape through the spine once you're seated, not round, long and lengthened. See if you can draw your supportive foot into a one-legged table and hold for 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. See if you can step both feet into the ring. Readjust the ring if you need to. Temporarily bend the knees when you're ready. Extend or hold a boat line and bring the top of your thighs closer towards your chest. 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Come into a forward fold. Don't thunk your legs down. Keep control as you come down. Readjust your arm position on the ring if you need to, and softly fold forward, thinking of trying to bring your chin over your toes and holding for 10, 8, 6, 4, 2. Softly float up into a seated frame, holding onto the ring with both hands, and just end up nice and tall, legs long and lengthened, bracing into the back of your thighs, shoulders stacked over your hips, chin line parallel to the floor. Soft pulse into the ring. Take a big breath in, and on the exhale, nod your chin to your chest and end off your practice. Namaste to you all. Thank you so much for coming out and playing with me today. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed today's class. Remember to shoot me your comments in the comments box below, and to subscribe with your notification bell on. I shall see you all for yoga on the mat tomorrow. Till then, keep it light.